Hello there. Touchless trash cans are commonplace nowadays, but the average price of one on Amazon is about $60. And that's a lot of money for trash. So I thought of making a much cheaper version of it. And you know what? It is extremely simple too. You could convert your trash into a smart trash can for only about $3. So let's begin. The idea is to have a sensor that senses the presence close to the lid of the trash can, and then a motor that opens the lid. And of course, we need a processor to be able to do this, and we will use our Arduino Nano to do it. You could use any other Arduino as well. So let's first try to connect our setup and write some code. I have made a tutorial video about ultrasonic sensor, so you can go and check that out. Both the sensor and the servo connect to the Arduino as shown. And for the code, there are just two libraries that make our life really easy. These two are the servo.h library for the servo and the newping.h library for the ultrasonic sensor. And once we have included these libraries, let's configure our sensor. We use a newping command. Again, I have talked about this in detail in the tutorials for the ultrasonic sensor and the servo, so I won't be wasting any time here. If you have any questions on the codes, go check out those tutorials and there's a good chance that they will answer your question. I will write useful comments in front of the code and leave the code in the comments for you to tinker around. After the setup, we are all set. Now let's teach the Arduino what to do. We will use an easy if command. So we want to say if there is a motion detected, move the servo by say 90 degrees. There's a built-in command in the servo library called sonar.ping_centimeter that sends a pulse and gets the distance back in centimeter. Now we don't need to know the distance, but we just want to know if there is motion in front of the sensor. Let's just say if this is greater than 1, means if there is any motion detected, we attach the servo to it and we move the servo by 90 degrees. And then let's hold it there for about a second and then let the servo go back to the 0 position. And after you're done, it is very important to detach the servo, otherwise it will keep having a jittery motion and consuming power. Okay, once we're done, we'll upload the code and run it. Well, the code works, but we need to add another function. We want the trash can to remain open for as long as we have our hand in front of it. So let's write one more little loop here, and this is one of my favorites. It's called the do while loop. We say while there is motion detected in front of it, let the lid remain open and just loop it every second. Talking about the build, let's start mounting our parts. The sensor was mounted right in front to detect the hand gestures using a drill. You can use a more precise cutting tool for better results. And for the motor, I had to cut out a little bit on the side to make more room for the motor movement. Using a piece of cloth hanger, the arm of the motor was extended to give it a larger angle and moment. All this was attached using some hot glue. No complicated equipment was necessary. One final test before we mount it permanently. After successful testing, it was time to solidify our components using hot glue. The Arduino was carefully mounted so that the lid doesn't hit it when it opens, and a small hole for the charger was made on the side. Once mounted and secured, it was time to plug in and take out the trash. Now this is such a fun project and just perfect for beginners too. I loved how responsive it was. There are some improvements I would like, however, like, make it more sensitive so if something is thrown from a distance, it can detect it. But this cheap sensor is just not sensitive enough to do that. So that was my little weekend trash project. If you liked it, give this video a thumbs up. And oh, by the way, if you follow Fungineers official on Instagram, you can see what projects are coming up before the video is posted, and you can share your ideas with me too. So I'll see you next time with another project. Until then, keep Fungineering.